So you might notice this car is a little bit moist. Well, there's a reason for that. We had to work out how to work the headlight washers. And it's not as easy as you think. You actually have to put it in high beam, then hold the windshield sprayer on for about 2 to 3 seconds. And then they work, as you can see by the wetness. But what are we looking at here? The exterior of the 700H is very bold, it's very aggressive. You can see this hood has got lots of shapes in it. 2 power bulges on each side, which show that there's 3 cylinders aside. That's the V6 engine. The hood's actually made out of aluminum. They wanted to lighten up the vehicle. They made the roof and the hood out of aluminum, saving themselves 100 pounds. So what are we looking at? Spindle-shaped grille. Classic Lexus spindle-shaped grille. A lot of the new Lexus vehicles actually have a spindle-shaped body. This one, not so much, but it is in a matte black paint. Now, you can get versions of this vehicle that are surrounded by chrome. This one is surrounded by gloss pieces of hydrocarbon. And that gloss just doesn't sit there on the front. It continues around both the wheel arches and also the door handles, the mirrors, and the wheel and the surround of the daylight opening space as well. The wheels themselves, these are forged aluminum sprayed black. You can see the black accents with this khaki style color is kind of cool. It makes it stand out, looks safari-ish. And that's what the vehicle is supposed to be, a safari type vehicle. Now this is a 5-seater. It does come in a 7 or a 4-seater. The 4-seater is more your Japanese luxury businessman transportation. Your 7-seater, that's your family going to and from the mall. And the 5-seater, that's more for your adventure safari. Hence the Adventure Safari color. Triple beam headlights at the front, very nice, almost hockey stick, daylight running light, daytime running light. And at the back, the lights are also significant. All right, at the back, signature Lexus lighting. You have that single light that goes all the way across, tail lights, lower lights down here, and reflectors. You have your third brake light up here, a windshield wiper, Lexus spelt out across the back in case you had some kind of misunderstanding of what this vehicle was. And down here, what's behind this? Well, in here is a secret. Can't get in there, but it's actually the hitch. And the hitch is protected, and it also looks aesthetically pleasing. Can someone get me a sledgehammer? All right, this is semi-aniline leather on the inside, which begs the question is, what is aniline leather if this is semi? However, very beautiful, soft touch, dark wood accents on the inside of this, and the very signature Lexus aluminum style metal trim. It also has a phone charger right here in the center, parking brake, hold, it has your locking differential, your traction control, and then you can raise and lower the height of the vehicle. Want to go up, it'll go up. Want to go down, it'll go down as well. It has all your accoutrements, including heated and cooled, that's ventilated, I guess, and heated seats in the first row. In the second row, heated seats, and then there is that 60-40 split to get into the third row. If you had a third row. In this vehicle, we have cup holders where the third row should be, but no actual third row because this is the 5-seater version as well. Glass sunroof, very nice, and it has the automatic shade that goes across it as well. Just nicely decked out on the inside. No complaints, exactly what the benchmark should be for a Lexus. There is not one, not two, but 3 screens on the inside of this. Now, one is a bit of a cheat screen because that is your gauge cluster here in the center, but you have infotainment up top, and then you have your car functions below, which includes your off-road, your heated seats, those type of things on the second version of the screen. So that's kind of nice. You can split everything between 2 different screens as well. So let's talk about screen size. 11.4 inch and 12.3 inch screens. That means there is a lot of screen space. So how many USB ports do the Lexus think are enough? 5. This vehicle has 5, 2 on the top here, and then the other 3 are fairly buried. So if you want more than 5 devices, that's 1 per person, you're going to need to bring a splitter, or it's going to have to be fully charged when you get inside the vehicle. All right, 3.4 litre V6 with about 406 horsepower and about 479 pounds-feet of torque. It's mated to a 10-speed transmission. Now this has a hybrid unit, And the idea with Toyota Lexus hybrid units is a little different than what you'd expect a fuel-saving hybrid to be. This is really to get better performance. Now, it does save about a mile a gallon between the regular gas and the hybrid version, but it really gives you so much better performance with the hybrid. This is a hybrid that's there to make you feel good, not the environment be better. Now, here's the thing. 0 to 60 miles an hour in 6.1 seconds, which is not that impressive. Yes, it's a large, big SUV. And if you're buying this thing to do 0 to 60 mile an hour times, you made the wrong investment, my friend. Let's really talk about what this does for fuel economy. 20 miles a gallon in the city, 24 on the highway. Now, without that hybrid system and the fuel management system, you'd probably be looking at closer to 15, 16 miles a gallon. So it does help you with a big improvement when it comes to the environment. Now, let's jump on the inside and look at some of the other stuff. It's kind of cool here in the second row. Did I mention it had heated and cooled second row, or ventilated second row as we like to call it? Looking around here, you'll notice that it's very spacious, and there is actually 11 cubic feet of space available in the back of the vehicle. You'll find that there's 44 cubic feet of space when you put all the seats down and still, of course, keep the front row up so you're able to drive the vehicle. There is under the floor storage as well. That's for that laptop or that stuff that you want to put in there when you go swimming at the beach. You'll also find in a third row version of this, there is a power folding third row. That's because it's just too hard for us as human beings to actually put seats down on our own. We need power folding. That's an absolute necessity. 20 is split in the middle, 40 on each side, so it's 40, 20, 40 when it comes to rear seat splits as well, establishing lots of possibilities of things that you can put inside this vehicle. Usability, this is a 10. So this vehicle is not inexpensive, $98,000 for this. It does have a lot of nice accoutrements, a lot of leather trim, including heated, massaging, cooling, whatever you should want in this vehicle, you can option it up. And then you get to the VIP package. That's $128,000, and you get 3 people less because it maximum takes 4 people in the vehicle. But it does come with all the fit, finish and trim that you'd expect in some kind of Japanese limo. This vehicle is nicely decked out. It will cost you $1,350 for destination when you get the vehicle delivered. And you also can have optional trailer packages and things like that put on the vehicle as well, which is going to push your price just a little bit higher. The resale value and the reliability of Lexus is second to none. Anytime you own a Lexus or Toyota and you come to sell it, you'll find that it's worth more than you probably expected. So, is this a good deal? It is if you're looking for this, but remember, this is a tiny, tiny segment. They sell less than 100,000 of all this type of vehicles in the United States. That includes the Cadillac Escalade, the Lincoln Navigator, the QX80, and the Jeep Wagoneer and Grand Wagoneer. That's not a lot, so it's a very, very small segment. The king of the segment is still the Cadillac Escalade, but will it be forever? The Escalade is still a great vehicle, but Lexus is chomping on their heels. So here's something for all those hybrid haters. The hybrid battery in this vehicle actually has a 10-year guarantee or 10-year warranty. And Lexus are willing to back that up with taking care of you. For those people that say, I'll never have a hybrid because they go bad, Lexus is willing to put their money where their mouth is. Let's talk interior and usability in the LX700H. Now, 3 rows of seating is available with 7-seat configuration, or 2 rows with either 5 or 4. And I think we've mentioned this 1,000 times already. The 4 is kind of the luxury limo version in Japan, or you can get it here, but in Japan it would be used as a luxury limo version. On the inside, it's kind of cool. It has semi-aniline leather. That's very nice. It has very nice 60-40 split at the back, so you can get longer items in if you need to put the seats down as well. And it sort of has a multi-level climate control, infrared sensors in this vehicle. And this is kind of cool and very techy. So the infrared sensors in this vehicle really help with temperature, and they also have a air purification system, which is called the they also have a nano X air purification system to make sure that it gets out the smallest particles. There are a lot of car companies doing this where it actually can get out viruses in the air as well. Power sliding second row seats, that's always cool because who has to do it manually? And it also is easy access to the third row as well. I like that, especially if you've got young kids getting in and out of the third row. Now, soft touch materials throughout the vehicle, that's something that's nice, makes it feel more luxurious. Real wood trim, that's something else it has, none of this plastic, shiny stuff that we all know that isn't real wood. 4-zone climate control, because 3-zone or 2-zone is never actually enough. Everybody needs 4-zone. And there also is this available rear seat infotainment system for the kids. It has a 14.4 inch screen, and that screen then has a very nice display available in the rear so the kids don't nag you to pieces. But with iPads nowadays, a lot of people don't want the rear infotainment screen either. There is a 12.3 inch screen here in the upper and a 11.4 inch. Start that again. Screens, 12.3 inch and a 7 inch below it. The 7 inch has all of my car information on. Infotainment is the above. Climate control and drive controls are the lower screen. There is a kick sensor in the rear tailgate for the hands-free access, although I always feel like I have to do the river dance to ever get those things open. 5 USB-C ports, because 3 is never enough, and if there's 5 people, they should all have access. If you have 2 devices, you're kind of out of luck with this vehicle. Now, the first thing you'll notice is the adaptable variable suspension. It's just dampening in real time in this vehicle. I like that. It has drive modes. You can have Eco, Comfort, Normal, Sport, Sport Plus, or there's a custom mode in which you can do a mishmash of any of those. Electric power steering. It provides better feedback and better control. I love the way this feels. It's nice and thick, but not too heavy that you feel like it doesn't have power steering at all. In the ultra luxury trim, it offers sort of a chauffeur-tuned ride calibration, so people in the back actually get a better feeling. If you're a family with kids, you don't want that. Now, most people don't know how to drive off-road, and this is absolutely true. So when you end up going off-road, you don't really know what sort of mode to set it in, and Lexus thought about that. They have a predictive off-road monitoring system that really learns what the terrain looks like and then can make any adjustments for that terrain as well. Inside this vehicle, it has a panoramic view, 360-degree real-time visual. So if you are off-roading, you can see all the rocks that you just curbed your wheel on. I guess it would be rocked your wheel on. Not curbed, because that would be in the Metroplex. Active sound control. It has a V8 tone, even though this has a V6 under the hood during acceleration. Sounds very V8, sounds very growly. Lexus Safety System 3.0 improves driver assistant functions. I think safety is absolutely paramount, and it should come standard on all vehicles. You shouldn't have to decide how safe you are depending on how much money you have, and I think Lexus is in kind of the same mode as that. There are some safety systems that aren't absolutely necessary, but you can have them as an option in a lot of vehicles, makes and models. All right, so let's talk about downhill assist control. It enables steep descents with confidence because the vehicle doesn't run away. It knows when to brake. It knows when to ease the brakes off. It's very controlled. It has 5-link suspension. That improves the ride comfort, and I've really noticed that in this vehicle, as I say, going over a bump. But it's really helps with things like articulation as well. And it has a tight turning radius as well. No, it doesn't have crab walk, but it does have a tight turning radius of 19.2 feet. For a full-size SUV, that is absolutely amazing. That's curb to curb. That's very nice. All right, let's talk about technology and safety. Safety is the number one thing that people want in their vehicles, but when the price goes high, it's also the number one thing that people give up. So safety is easily extinguished if it gets too pricey. Lexus has a lot of things in here to keep you kind of safe. One of them is the Lexus interface with voice activated intelligent assist. So you can ask the vehicle questions, it will respond to you intelligently, and it looks for the answer by using its connection to the cloud. Over-the-air updates, OTAs, absolutely necessary today. Would never buy a vehicle without them. This vehicle comes with it. Software updates, infotainment, and safety updates as well. Pre-collision system and pedestrian detection, and they now do it in low light. So if the light isn't good, it will warn you if you're going to strike a pedestrian. I hope so, and I hope you never have to go through that, or anybody else has to go through that. Dynamic radar cruise control and curve speed management. As you're going around a curve and you have the cruise control on, this vehicle will actually manage how fast it goes and make it safer. And the ride management is part of that. Now, some other things that it does, especially on freeway driving, lane tracing assist and lane departure alert with steering assist. Love that. Gotta love that. It also has advanced parking with remote function via the smartphone. You can actually park this vehicle using a smartphone. Now let me tell you, if you're going to buy a vehicle this size, you should absolutely know what you're doing. If you can't drive it, I think that is a stopgap and it shouldn't be necessary. Digital key allows the vehicle access via your mobile device. Got to have that. That's very modern. Blind spot monitoring and real cross traffic braking. So if you're backing out of a parking space at the hardware store and the shopping cart comes behind you, it will brake for you. Blind spot monitoring is also really important because you can't always see a blind spot, and if you're changing lanes, that's needed. Rear seat reminder and ultrasonic motion detector. All right, so if you have left something in the back seat and that's moving, it will actually tell you that. It also has the rear seat monitoring, lets you know if there's something in the rear seat. Heads-up display projects directions onto the windshield. Got to have that, it's necessary. And it also has safe exit, prevents the door from opening into traffic. I find this super useful. There are some car companies that have flashing lights on the inside, BMW for one, but it will tell you if something's coming and you're trying to open that door, it will not let you open the door. And it will also make sure that you are aware of that. Okay, infotainment, 25 speaker Mark Levinson sound system. That's needed, especially on long journeys. It's very cool. It has the ultra luxury system. That's only in the ultra luxury system. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, their standard navigation system with real-time cloud-based traffic updates, which means that you know the best route home without traffic. Dual screens in the center console, we've talked about that. They simultaneously display functions. You could also have that rear seat HDMI plug to plug in things, and there's wireless headphones in the back as well. So if you want to bring your own device, that works. Sirius XM, Lexus Inform, Remote Wi-Fi Connect. They have a whole suite of really cool stuff to keep you connected to the internet. Personal driver profiles, you can save your audio settings, save your driver profiles, and climate settings as well. So you and your loved one gets into the car, it knows you like it. Right? I like it at 68, my other half likes it at 72. Each side will be set depending on which key fob and who's driving. And then the USB-C fast charging ports in all 3 rows. If you don't have USB-C in all 3 rows, why would you get a 3-row SUV? The 3rd row passenger doesn't need to be ousted or uncatered to in any way. Now, there's a streaming app integration via the Lexus interface, so you can stream stuff in the vehicle. In-car voice assistant responds to natural speech as well, and the over-the-air updates now on the app and featured enhancements over time. This allows good things to happen in the vehicle. As they invented at Lexus, they can install it into your vehicle. I love that part of this. Negotiating around some traffic here, very nice. So it also has intuitive pinch and swipe and voice gestures on the touch screen. So you can pinch and zoom, all those sort of things on the touch screen. I find that absolutely necessary. I feel like the touchscreen should be an extension of your cell phone. And in this vehicle, it definitely is.